Hi, how you doing? Welcome back here, friends. You know, considering we all got snapped out of existence, I'm shocked, surprised, and enthralled. I'm personally at a loss for words because, Solari, this game went for a period of time that I was not expecting, nor the results that came out of it.
This game was probably 15 minutes longer than I expected, and I didn't see it going to Taco Gaming, but here we are. Yeah.
Veteran, you had a 2-0 in this, but there's still a chance for you to be right, and that's okay. That's what matters. Numbers are not what important here. It is the results that count.
Sure, though the number I'm focusing on right now is that I'm still on 0. This game, though, like, want to talk about focuses. The fact that Taco Gaming, we actually saw them do a lot in the early phase of the game. It's a dramatic departure from what they did in the first game of the series, and also in their games in the tournament up until now. You actually saw City, well, I would say all over the map, but it was mostly bot lane. But he did the opening gank on top lane, immediate ganking towards bot lane on his opening clear as Kha'Zix. Normally that's a champion he would prefer to just full clear with, perma-scale with, but this time they were grouping. You did see Sword on the side of 100 Thieves also do a lot of groupings, which was a level up for them, and that's what made their mid-game a lot more comfortable and made it seem like maybe 100 Thieves would just get the win anyway, despite City Willy's new adaptation. But then obviously later, that's not how it went. They actually found some of the team fights they needed, they played their disengage comp to disengage, and it ended up working out.
And as you went on throughout the game, there was a specific player slur that we're actually highlighting, right at the beginning of the day. And I think as the game went on, you were talking about that disengaged veteran. She truly embodied the essence of disengaged by not letting people even move.
Ayuka's cages were a little bit hit and miss for the start of the game. Till about 20 minutes. Yeah. At 20 minutes, they got so much better, and every single cage started to hit so good. Until the final team fight, where there were 5 or 6 cages in a row that were like, that's a good cage. That's a good cage. It's beautiful.
Actually, the very final team fight, I remember just before the, when they all caught on the Elder itself, Ayuko actually misses the cage on the Zhonya's target and then just proceeds to hit like 2 or 3 people per cage after that, even in fog of war situations. So hit and miss, but when they hit, they were incredibly impactful. And it's the exact kind of thing that we want to see from a composition like this. They weren't all over the place. They knew what they had to do. Opponent messes up, boom, punish, get all on top of them. Be aggressive. Look at how Eclipse likes to play lane. Do that in the fights when they misstep. And that's what they did.
So here's my thoughts on this personally. Now, I know you mentioned that they did actually miss the Zarya's target, so that's unfortunate, but Darkwings at the time didn't have flash, he's in a calling. Where is he going to go realistically? He only has one option, which is stay in the middle, so, it's a zoning technique to let him know that this is intimidation. You're going to go absolutely nowhere, and you're staying right here. I think that's realistically what went down. But before we get down to all the opium that I'm puffing, Solari, there is one specific team fight that I wanted to show to be able to break down on how this game, or what embodied this game, I'd say.
I mean, this team fight really just showed, it really just felt like Taco Gaming started to play towards their comp and really play together. And it's a mess of a fight, but everything happens good for them. It feels like they came online and so yeah, we're gonna play as a team. We were all on the same page now.
Realistically, yeah, because if you look at it like this, City Witty jumping it a bit too early, right? And even Taco Gaming as well. It was the things seemed to fall apart, but Darkwings went absolutely nuts. But don't let this fool you. Darkwings did miss an E later on that day, being 5 minutes later, and they also lost the next dragon and 2 barons. Taco Gaming won that game. Realistically, which is the best part about all of this, a result that I know many of us were confused by. So, veteran, thoughts on what 100 Thieves can do to make sure that at least you're right for once today?
I mean, definitely, I want to see them pick champions that have some more utility and setup. Like, that was the biggest issue that they had. Even though you had some really, really nice flanks from General Sniper, sorry,
Mhm.
from Sniper, all right? See, not speaking generally here.
Ooh.
He even when he was able to get his ultimate onto like 3, 4 people on really nice flanks, they weren't able to also lock them down and follow up and use all of Vladimir's ultimate to accentuate their damages and get the burst off needed. Instead, you ended up with these long, extended scenarios where you're just running into gangplank barrels, you're spreading yourselves thin for Kha'Zix to isolate, and eventually Ayakawa will just hit a cage on you, and it's all quite over. They wanted those long fights, so if you give them, so in both the drafts, they want these long fights. So if you get really nice setup and utility as well as burst, that's how you beat them, right? That's what Senna particularly despises, right? If you get all in, then that's what they should look to adapt to in the next game. Not just damage, you need that lockdown. End the fight fast, and then Taco Gaming don't have a chance against you.
Yeah, and sorry, just a quick point on that as well. Considering out with Taco Gaming, with the streak they're on, do you think this is the momentum they need to continue, or is there something missing?
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like they got my main criticism for game 1 was not being on the same page. Game 2, definitely on the same page. Game 3, if they stay on the same page, I think they could take it. I think it could happen.
I mean, hey, it is what it is, right? We might be able to do this, might be able to make it happen, but I think for now, we'll leave it off of our hands because we can't actually say anything at all. We thought it would be 2-0, but luckily we picked 2-1 for the safety. So, you know what? Why don't we leave it up to our very, very handsome casters to perhaps take us into the final game of the series.
Thank you so much, Ravish. We got a bit of a series on our hands here.
A little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Taco Gaming looking to send 100 Thieves pack, and they're the police that time around. They're rounding all the thieves up. They're like, listen, you're done here. Go home. You're done here, man.
Yeah, and that's what they're looking to do going into game 3. I mean, that was a good... I agree with the desk. First 15, 20 minutes, I'm like, oh, okay. The series is over. Yeah, 100 Thieves got this one wrapped up. But Taco Gaming, like I said, not going away quietly. Honestly, really showed us a much better late game team fighting. And this is kind of what we expected from them overall going into the series. This is what they do, where even though you got to credit City Witty for having that early game impact that he did have, their true strength still lies in late game team fighting around these objectives. And it really started to come online, making it very difficult for people like Darkwings to exist. Because that event horizon, the baby cage, that cooldown gets lower and lower, and these windows get smaller and smaller for assassins to be able to jump in and actually do something here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just happy that Ayakura, I said she was gonna absolutely pop off, right? And she did not disappoint, to say the least. It was
True that.
We saw the Kha'Zix pick coming out at the Thanos snap. Do you think we're gonna see the Kha'Zix getting banned now for game 3? Like, is there any universe where we don't see him just get absolutely smited out of existence?
We probably will see that one taken out of the picture, maybe in the first rotation. I'm wondering if we'll see a Tom Kench band as well, or like a really high priority for 100 next to take it away again. They did it in game 1. In game 2, dude, Rovex went pretty big on that pick, being able to get a lot of these very important saves with the Devour to be able to save people like Ayakura, who was basically the target of a lot of Darkwing's ire, but it wasn't enough most of the time for the Sakali to actually get the execution off. So I think that pick's been so huge for Taco Gaming, especially when it comes to their team fighting. Will 100 Next continue to let that go through? Because I think that one, even though City Witty's Kha'Zix is nuts, I kind of value that pick a little more just because of how Rovex played.
I'm also really curious to see if Sword gets that for con pick again, because that was honestly,
yo, that was kind of nutty,
dude. It was so nutty. That was beautiful
not cool
to see. It was kind of dirty. But also, like, it was like a train wreck. Like, I had to keep watching pretty much. It's like, not just because of my job, but because it was also awesome to see. It's like, my man took every single opportunity, saw it, went for it, and managed to make something happen. At the end of the day, it doesn't translate into the win, but regardless, it was nice to see.
Yeah, that's a pick we could see revisited on 100 Thieves next side. I agree. Sword played out of his mind on the Rakan. A lot of these angles we weren't expecting. A lot of these fights we were like, nah, they can't dive that, right? Wrong.
Wrong.
Yeah, Sword says, nah, he can't be there. And there, by the way, there is on his screen. That's apparently not allowed. And he just makes that a point to try and remove the problem at any given opportunity. And we'll see if he gets to do that again in game 3.
Listen, man, the best solution to a problem is the easiest one. Just kill him. Just take him out. Just kill him. You're hiding under your turret. Just kill him. You're hiding in the jungle. Just kill him. Just get rid of him. Take him out.
I don't want to see him. If he's on my mini map, it's disrespectful.
If he's in my
Get him off my screen.
Get him out. Get him out of the game.
Yeah, why did you even load in?
That's
the kind of support I want to be.
Exactly, right? That's the best support. That being said, let's load into draft itself for the final game of tonight. Make or break moment right here. Beatdown, you think we're seeing the same kind of things coming out here from both teams? Or maybe do we see 100 Thieves look to switch it up this time around?
I think 100 next, something may change up just a little bit. I think a big thing I'm looking for, we'll probably see the first 2 bans be the same thing. It's the third one that I'm looking for. Are you going to ban Tahm Kench? Are you going to ban Kha'Zix early on? Those are the 2 things that I'm wondering here, where I think I think it's got to be the Tahm Kench. Like, because Senna Tahm Kench has just been, I think, Taco's more or less bread and butter. They even kind of wanted to go for it in game 1, but they got a little greedy and grabbed the victor early instead. So this time around, you got to imagine if you leave it up, Taco Gaming will immediately snap it up.
Oh yeah, definitely. And now so far though, bans have been pretty form factor so far, but that third ban, we're getting closer and closer to it. But gonna have to see what Taco Gaming looks to take off the board though. With the Lucian so far though, really just running it back. Nothing too different so far. Hovering, waiting, making us wait for that last pick. Come on, bro. I'm trying to see what it is. I'm trying to get into the action. Ballista, just the usual, taking that off the board once again. Don't even want to see it. Out of sight, out of mind.
Right. So a lot of target towards Lens in his champ pool. Those, again, the early game 80 carries that can have a lot of that impact in the bot side of the map. But now that we're here, 100x, what's the takeaway going to be? Is it the Tahm Kench? I think so at this point because of how good it is a pick. Okay, so you know what? I think the Senna is fine too, because you basically take away that really strong pairing that ends up being grabbed so often on red side. Plus you take away a pretty safe bot lane pick from Gorka.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like, I mean, that pick in itself was so good because, like we talked about, right, that infinite scaling potential that comes out from it as well. So just take that off the board. Do you think we see 100 Thieves snatch the Tahm Kench because of this ban? Or do you think they're just going to be like, there's no way Taco Gaming picks it now that we took Senna off the board?
If 100x goes for the Jinx, I think they will do something like that because now Taco Gaming probably going to go for something a little different on 1 and 2. But it's worth noting, I mean, same bans, even though the order was mixed up from Taco Gaming, 100x still have a lot of different options here. They've been B1ing the Graves the entire time, and I think more often than not, Fnatic's been playing it okay. It's cool to run that one back, and there it is, game 3, backs against the walls. Fnatic says, lock it in for me.
Yeah, hey, and I mean, in Fnatic, we trust. He's been putting up some good numbers. He's been looking hot right now, and so a safe little B1 pick there. But now we get over to Taco Gaming. Same stuff, same sort of situation, right? Both teams, right, their backs against the wall, and so curious to see what they look to. Okay, oh, the Karma. We did see that getting banned from 100 Thieves the last couple of games. So once again, maybe we get to see exactly why they were so fearful.
Yeah, that's a big pick there for Rovex. It's usually something that is respect banned away from Taco Gaming so very often. So they're immediately going to scoop that up if it's available for him. It could technically be flexed mid, but I like it a lot more at the moment personally in the support. Oh. And at this point, we're seeing the really early GP come through just because Taco getting very confident in Eclipse and how he's been playing on the pick so far. But that does mean that you're giving Sniper the opportunity to pick into that one into throughout the rest of the draft.
Yeah, and it kind of feels like Sniper has been a little bit almost dormant this series so far. Like normally, I feel like a lot of when it comes to 100 Thieves, the attention is put into that top lane, right? Seeing snipers pop off. This time around, though, haven't been seen to, not necessarily saying that he's been doing bad or whatever, but just the attention has been elsewhere. And so maybe this is that game where we get to see Sniper on, for example, I've seen his Aatrox. I never want to see it again, to be honest. Like, I don't want to do that to the poor people. Like, that, it's disgusting to see, but I wouldn't mind seeing it today.
Maybe that's what the play ends up coming through. So it's going to be the Jinx Nautilus for 100 next. So it is that attempt to kill pressure there, as we so often see with the Nautilus as an answer into the enchanters. Even though you get poked out heavy, even though so much damage ends up going your way, you're banking on the fact that can you land that one dredge line when the jungler is coming for a gank, you can turn the lane around. Even though it is a very volatile way to try and play things out on the bottom side. City Witty, of course, he's going to get that Kha'Zix again, even without the help of the Tahm Kench. It was a pick that he ended up getting pretty strong early leads on, and they want to run that one back.
Yeah, we do see Veigar getting taken off the table here. No real surprise, right? I agree, as Veigar was looking pretty nasty, pretty dirty to say the least. Crisp, pristine, love to see it, but it's off the board, and so they're gonna have to go back a little bit. Okay, so the last man actually is gonna be the victor as well, being taken off the board here. Just can't see it. Overall, any surprised by that at all, really?
No, I mean, Jinx Victor, really insane, really strong combination there, especially if Sniper goes for something more like frontline oriented in the top lane. You'd end up being able to save a lot. You'd be able to save so much by getting rid of that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
damn, they pick quick.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, so it turns out that this is what we're actually looking at. We're throwing, I'd say, a good 30% out here. Like, we don't even see all that. We do see a couple of changes here. We do have Sniper on the Gwen, and I mean, maybe I call it. Maybe this is the game where he pops off indeed. Darkwings on the Azir could get so nasty. I am looking forward to that.
Yeah, so it's another scaling pick in the mid lane here for 100 next mid laner. So something that you are playing actually into the Karma mid, it looks like. So push early on isn't going to be favoring you as Darkwings, but you still have a lot of playmaking potential here. You do have a bit of that kind of self-peel thing going on here where you have City Witty who's going to jump in. You got Rovex who's going to jump in. That Emperor's Divide can really save you and set your team up for a more favorable team fight. You have a lot of ways to absorb pressure on 100 next side. And of course, as always, they have a lot of ways to scale into this later part of the game here. But I liked what Taco are going for, because even though I'm not the biggest fan of Karma mid, early on, you're going to get push. That pressure is going to allow you to move around with City Witty and try to help him have more impact earlier on into the game. And when you pick the Ezreal Leona, it's not about the combination. It's about Ezreal being able to 1v2 while Rovex moves around the map and try to have that impact. Again, it's about what we wanted from Taco Gaming from the start, being able to be proactive and actually take control of the game.
Yeah, Rovex going like, hey, I saw what Sword did game number 2. Let me show you how to be a Roman support for real, right? And just keep Gorica like, hey, just be a good boy. Just chill in that lane, right? Just do your things. Absorb that solo XP. I do want to get your thoughts on it though. Are you also like me in the belief, in the thought that maybe we do see a lot of attention this time from Fnatic into this top lane with Sniper being on that Gwen?
I think you could see some openings taken advantage of by Fnatic, but I gotta believe that it is going to be a little more pressure on that bottom side. You have this Jinx, who again, Lens, when he's on this pick, you see what he is able to do most of the time. You want to be playing for this bottom side of the map. And that's what I'm expecting to come through. But of course, there will be times where Fnatic can move top, can give a little pressure towards Eclipse, and try to get this Gwen ahead as well. Because in Gwen, we know how monstrously he scales into those later parts of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Getting leads there is beauty.
Yep. Oh, no. Eclipse.
Oh, yeah.
No. Oh, no is what you should be saying. Because Eclipse just got done dirty. First blood going into the hands of Fnatic. Dude, he doesn't even care. He just stands there in the red buff pit and recalls. Already 100 Thieves next, off to a good start. And we see actually this side of Taco Gaming. Ooh, okay. I like this. They will be avenging their fallen brother, or at least they're going to look to. But from the pathing, it's not looking like Fnatic's actually going to be going to the red buff.
So there's a couple of things here. I was expecting more. I was expecting from the beginning Fnatic to go to this bottom side, but it could also just end up being that expectation that you're going to get invaded on anyways. And wow, that ends up being a pretty good move from Darkwings. He is going to get the ward down. He is going to get the information. That City Witty is most likely here. So are we going to see Fnatic just go for the cross map, move across and take the red buff? so that he's going to be able to pretty much answer the camp stolen.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Man, we're 2 minutes in and the big brain stuff's already starting. Like, my brain needs a little bit of time to ramp up. My God, already the cross maps coming out here. A Fnatic just going into the jungle. Like, hey, you take my red buff, I'll be taking yours. Handshaking the buffs away. But I'm curious to see if City Witty actually look for something here. No, actually gonna look and maybe heading up to his own red buff. Maybe smells that there's someone in his jungle that doesn't belong there.
I think the big thing is you more than likely know because of the ward that the red buff is gone. This is City Witty protecting his Raptors so that he can limit what's being taken by Fnatic. So it's easily a 2-for-1 steal in favor of City Witty. So he does have a bit of a camp lead, or he will rather have a bit of a camp lead as a result. But overall, I mean, you get that first blood onto Eclipse. That's 5 minutes where this GP has no flash. Fnatic can path down, full clear, and off reset. Just go ahead and show up and make a play onto Eclipse if he wants to, because he's going to be very vulnerable.
Yep, definitely. Sniper Eclipse this time around. Not as volatile in these first couple of minutes as we were used to, but it is what it is. And in this bot lane, both level 2 already have been achieved, and so nothing really coming out just yet. Either side not really in the best position to make anything happen.
Not quite. Could see, because of that flash being gone, Sniper does have a bit of pressure topside. We could see City Witty also finish clearing, go straight towards the top lane after the Scuttle Crab if he wants to. Because you got to imagine that's something Fnatic is going to be thinking about for these next couple of minutes. In fact, he's not even going for the reset. He hasn't gone back down to his bottom side. He's just going ahead to check the Krugs and see if there's an opportunity for a dive.
Yeah, meanwhile in this top lane, maybe they're looking to find something on Eclipse here, though. Sniper, not a bit of damage here. Yeah, Wave is about to get shoved in, and so if there was ever a time for it, it would definitely be now, but Eclipse is going to go ahead and chunk Sniper as low as humanly possible, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Fnatic clearing those Krugs. Oh, Eclipse, maybe with the chase? Nah, not quite. And the chase going to respect that he doesn't know where Fnatic is at the moment, and so definitely the right move to make.
I think he may have spotted him, but either way, being there so that Sniper gets a decent recall off is nice. You don't have to go for the play, and Fnatic ends up evening the camp stolen because he takes the Krugs.
Indeed, an extended trade coming out here, though Rovex does need to be careful. The heal does come out. They get the root onto Gorka, though. Arcane Shift to get on out of there. Doesn't have to burn that flash, and so overall, a lot of low health bars here in this bot lane.
Yeah, we've seen it. Lens and Sword so far have been playing great all series long. You can see them trying to get the better of this matchup, trying to get whatever angles that they can. While Gorka and Rovex try to get this wave shove in, but now Fnatic, he's off the recall. They know that this wave isn't as pushed in as they need it to be, but this is such a good time for 100 Next to be able to make a play.
Yep, indeed it is. Fnatic pulling up. See if they can find anything. If Sword can just land his hook, lands it.
It's
lands
the dredge line.
Yeah, the dredge line connects, and with that glacial augment as well, there's nowhere Rovex can go.
And that was just a really great play. We got a pause going on, of course, because there's a bit of a,
we're ganking the stream.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. But I mean, there it is so far. We wanted, even though Taco Gaming have been trying to make some things happen early, so far nothing's been going their way. It's 100 Next finding these early plays. They catch the level 1 onto Eclipse and already are building so many advantages off of it here. Even though they end up getting invaded and cross-mapping doesn't end up mattering. Fnatic, right place, right time, helps set up another play on the bottom side.
Yeah, and I mean, it's beautiful to see, right? Both teams realizing that this is, your back is against the wall. If you want to make anything happen, this is the game to do it. And so we see them pulling out all the stops. Like, how often do you see, right, when you get invaded in the top side, you have your whole team reposition into the front of the enemy team's jungle, and they're just like waiting, trying to find something. And rather than just backing off and like walking away in defeat, they're like, okay, that's fine. We adapt, we overcome, and we'll make something happen.
And that's what they've been doing. 100 Next, they are now pretty much getting a strong lead in this early game. They've gotten so much extra gold, and you can see it. Fnatic finds himself at 2-0, and at this time in the previous game, City Witty also had 1 or 2 kills to his name as well, but hasn't been able to get off the ground the same way he did, or rather the same way he was able to in the previous game.
Indeed. Can't quite find it yet. We do see City Witty on this dragon. Shouldn't be any contest. Should be able to grab that for free. I'm seeing a bit of a throwback here to game number 2 as well. Taco Gaming securing those neutral objectives as soon as possible. Gee, this needs to be careful. You're getting low, but should be able to grab it. Yeah. Robots at the tank, the smite. There we go.
Yeah, so just something you've been able to get for yourselves, but the gold has been so far really nice.
Oh no, Eclipse though, in the worst spot possible at the worst time. Flash over the wall, but the Ignite is gonna take him out, and away he goes. Sword being, I don't need to be on Rakan to be Roman.
Yeah, exactly. And the big thing too is, of course, you have the timer on that Krugs. Fnatic says, don't mind if I do. I'm happy to get seconds. And that means, one, you get another kill. Two, the fact that Eclipse flashed and died anyway is the most brutal part for that one. Whoa.
Yep, looking for something here, Witty, trying to spook him off, and now Rovex is here. Wave has crashed under tower. Lens knows that his time might not be long for this world. Oh my god, so much damage coming out the Ignite as well. Rovex with the amazing tank for Gorka to get up into Lens's face and take him out.
Yeah, really nice use. The fact that, I mean, the knowledge, Fnatic and Sword were nowhere to be found. So you end up causing Lens to lose good amount of X gold and XP as a result here. And I like that punish from Taco Gaming. They're not just falling behind. They're not just letting the game happen to them. They're trying to stay active.
Yeah, absolutely. That is the name of the game. You cannot afford to fall behind, especially in this matchup right now against 100 Thieves. But that being said, for now, no objectives yet on the map, but we do see that the Herald is slowly but surely getting close to spawning. Do you think the 100 Thieves can just take it, or is this going to be a bit of a scuffle?
I think they can definitely go for it here. Right now, like, Fnatic's on this bot side, and you want to get this wave shoved in so that you can start rotating your support across the map. I mean, Rovex, though, he's already on the move here. But he's off reset. Just wanted to look and see if there was a play to be had in the mid lane, but he's going to have to come back. And the fact that it's this 2v1, even though Ezreal can reliably 2v1, 100 next, now they have the inkling, like, oh, wait, he's by himself. We can just shove this wave, and that gives Sword the ability to move. Set up first. Fnatic's already on his way to the Herald, and now this Nautilus is going to be there too.
Yep, and there it is, spawning in on the map. Yo, that is, damn, he built different, but that was actually the coolest intro I've ever seen for it. And they are going to look to grab it. City Witty, meanwhile, none the wiser, grabbing himself his chickens there. And so overall, I'm pretty sure this should go into the hands of 100 Thieves next without any real contest, unless something crazy happens.
Yeah, I mean, they got the first move pretty much already in smiting range, and there it is. So even though, again, you don't get the first dragon, 100 Thieves happily collect the first Rift Herald because of how active they've seen. They're in a position where they can set up for some kind of potential dive, and if played correctly, you can get a lot of turret gold.
Indeed. City Witty, though, looking to put some fear into Sword. He's like, hey, I know you've been roaming around these parts a lot, and I'm not letting it happen any longer. Not going to find a kill, obviously, though. Not a lot of damage there just yet, but regardless, putting on that pressure already this early is always going to pay off at the end there. Maybe they can find something onto Lens here, though, but if they want to do it, they'd have to do it now. Maybe they're looking for it. Choppers get dropped. Sword is here, same as Fnatic. If they can hit the dread line, or a flash, though, from Rovex to escape that one, that might have been sure death for him. And so overall, Fnatic is going to be here, though, looking to shove this wave, help him out. Now goes in, though, with the Zenith Blade, and they're going to try and find something here, but Rovex might have started a bit too early. It's going to go down. Reset City onto Lens. We're running it back to game 1, but it's going to fall back. City Witty just a bit too fast for him, and so overall, not going to get anything out of that.
You said it, Echo. It was too fast, too soon for Rovex, and he just didn't have the rest of the team there with him to be able to set up the play. It could have been winnable, especially when you consider how low Lens's HP was, but instead, this Jinx gets a kill. We talked about it before in game 1. Can't be letting Lens get these early game advantages on hyper-scaling champions like the Jinx. And in this case, it's more just Lens getting back in the game after a really brutal dive minutes earlier. And just like that, that work is gone.
Yep. All that emphasis that you put into it is for good reason. And now, Ayukura needs to be careful. Dark Wings, those soldiers, they hurt quite a bit. And Fnatic is waiting for a pristine opportunity with Dragon being up in 35 seconds as well. Obviously, he's going to have to be just hovering around here, looking for something. If they could get this pick, that would definitely be huge and allow them to get that first move.
But the angle's not there.
Yeah.
The Emperor's Divide. So it's just going to be Dark Wings pressuring the turret, getting some of this plates down initially. So there's an option for Fnatic to drop the Herald, but the big thing right now is you can see it, jungle and support, like we highlighted, syncing up, making sure that they can safely set up vision, safely get ready for these neutral objectives. And this is better from 100 Next because one, they're more in control of the game at this point than they were in game 2, and they're making sure that Taco Gaming don't get the early dragon stacking that they were able to get in game 2.
Yeah, we saw absolutely how big that was for Taco Gaming. And so with that, they're saying, no, sir, not this time around. Grab themselves that first drag. Fnatic looking to move into this bot lane as well. Rovex needs to walk the long path around the Chompers. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. It's not. Fnatic knows the numbers, grabbing himself the kill, spawning the Rift Herald, and oh, that's so beautiful to see. Sword, it's going to back off, allowing that gold to be shared between Lens and Fnatic rather than sharing it 3 ways.
Yeah, but of course, you're limiting the damage done to this turret. Really well-placed cannon barrage by Eclipse to make sure you end up cutting the whole wave. You give Gorka that agency to be able to push a little bit further, but maybe he pushed a little too hard.
Indeed.
Oh, he predicts the
That was
flash!
huge! Sword is huge! Oh my god! That was an amazing dredge line coming out. City Witty could do nothing, but he could
He's just
only
standing there.
watch. He's like, yeah, that happened.
I actually for a second was like, is he camoed? No, he's just standing there. Because realistically, can I be here? Guys, please, just let me get the wave. And Fnatic's like, nah, it's fine. Get out of here. But yeah, it's Gorka trying to stop some backs. But again, the big reason, you pick Nautilus, point and click CC. It's just too easy. Or Sword, reading the flash makes it that much easier.
My god, that was absolutely huge. Cool guys do not look at explosion. He just walks away like it's nothing. Like, yeah, I just did that. You know how it would be.
Ziddy, when he's just waving the white flag, like, come on, man, it's okay. Just let me farm. Don't worry about it. Don't watch.
I don't want no trouble. Like, I don't want to do nothing here. I'm just trying to get this. I'm just trying to get this money.
Absolutely zero smoke. He wants none of it, and he's just walking away. And realistically, Taco Gaming, they're going through it right now. They're in the blender, Echo. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
They're down 5,000 gold. So much of it, excuse me, it's on Fnatic. And he's going the damage build with the Eclipse. Means that people are gonna start dying real quick when he's on their screen.
Yep, exactly. And that's exactly what you want to see when you are 100 Thieves. And next, moment, there we go. A little bit of farming going down though, nothing just yet. The team's looking for some kind of opportunity. Both objectives aren't going to be on the map for another couple of minutes. So right now, if anything, we're just going to see some kind of pick going down. Overall, though, once again, a lot of attention put into this bot lane per usual. We've seen a lot of action down here. Not so much top or mid once again. Do you think that's going to change in the next couple of minutes?
Right now, you could see that just because there could be that opening to set up for the setup on the top side of the map, just because you usually want to try and set up top before you shift down to set up for this dragon. But it's hard to say because again, this is kind of like game 2. Both Sniper and Eclipse very happily just handshake farming it out of the top lane.
Gentleman's agreement,
Yeah. They're just doing nothing. It's like farm till 25. It's like farm till 25.
Yeah, you pull up in the top like, oh, good day, sir. We're doing a little farming, yes. And
oh, how do you do, sir? Yeah, exactly. It's just
good day,
a little bit of
take this
just a little bit of mustache twirling. Yeah,
exactly.
Don't mind if I do, sir. Thank you kindly. This is just a whole lot of nothing going on there. That's why we probably won't see the shift yet until that second Rift Herald spawns, or they make a play. Either team makes a play on the top lane that ends up resulting in the turret going down. I think that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been pretty consistent over these last couple of games as well, right? Where not too much goes on in that top lane. But once they start roaming across the map, right? Once that opens up, once that TP is also available globally, that's when we start seeing Sniper pop up. That's when we see Eclipse get into those positions that he's looking for. And that's when they start making those plays.
Right. And that's the thing now. Again, this is a different, another different champ coming through for Sniper. It is going to be the Gwen, where you have a lot of all-in on Taco Gaming side, and Gwen, much like Azir, is one of those champions really good at dealing with the all-in, really good at absorbing pressure. So as long as Sniper is able to kind of go for the handshake farm, it's looking like the chances are pretty good for how he's going to be able to impact some of these team fights, especially with the gold lead we're seeing that 100 Thieves next find themselves in. Taco Gaming in a bit of a pit right now, especially with how City Witty not starting as hot on the Kazakhs as he did in the previous game. So if they want to come back, try and actually send 100 next packing, it is going to have to be Probably not in a fight around these objectives, but it's you trying to kind of hard stack to one side of the map, see if you can get a pick.
Yeah, City Witty doesn't have all those Infinity Stones just yet. He's still going
Not
around the
quite.
globe. Yeah, he's still going around the globe looking for him. And I mean, the menace that is Fnatic. He's what, like I think 4-0 right now. Has that Eclipse built as
Something
well.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, he's like the Avengers right now. He's like, oh, it's not happening today, bro. It's not happening.
Yeah, he's just telling Taco they're not like that. They don't want that. But until, we're just still on a pause right now, working out some technical issues. But when we get back, I think we were like about 2.5 minutes till the next dragon. I didn't see the next Herald spawn timer. But again, I think that's what these teams are looking to play for, especially if you're Taco. I think getting the Herald would be a really nice way for you to at least try and get some gold back on the map. All the outer turrets are up. You haven't been able to actually take any besides maybe some turret plates. So getting some of that freestanding gold could be how you start to even things out and make it so that 100 Next aren't the ones who get to keep stacking dragons for free.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask you, like, if you're on the side of Taco Gaming, like, what is the move here? Because it seems like everything they're trying to do right now, it's just kind of getting shut down from the side of 100 Thieves. When they try and go for those roams here on Robex, it just doesn't work out. And so when they try and get these cross maps going, not working out as well. So I guess, like you're saying, right, that Herald is probably going to be that pivotal first step if they want to get back into this thing, equalizing the gold, equalizing the itemization as well. Any other moves that they need to make right now?
I think that's pretty much the big thing, besides maybe a well-placed bush play. That's always a pretty, I want to say reliable, but it is like an old reliable way to try and get yourself back into, get yourself out of these gold deficits you find yourselves in. But it's tough. For the most part, 100 Next, they seem like they got it locked down. Especially with what I remember, we saw them pathing towards that top side as well. So we actually might see Sniper get some attention in the top lane early on. And Gwen's another one of those champions where, like, don't give her kills, man. Don't do it.
Yeah, no, that's one of the worst things you can do. And hey, it's what we said in game number 2, right? Don't give Kha'Zix the kills. And then Kha'Zix got all the kills. So maybe we're cursing it right now when we're saying don't give the Gwen the kills. We might have just cursed it. Gonna have to wait and see as they're still getting some technical difficulties. That is not a word, and Cassian, is my job. I'd love to see difficulties getting worked out, and we're still just waiting a little bit. I know we're gonna get you guys back into the action soon enough, but I'm honestly excited just to see how it's gonna keep going.
Me too. Like, there's still a lot of options and a lot of ways this could end up going out, but 100 Thieves by no means have locked this one down yet. Even though we've seen Taco Gaming try to be more impactful in the early game, they still have some pretty strong scaling tools going into the later parts of the game. Things like Gangplank. You do have Gork on this Israel. It's going to be really strong too.
Yeah, man, already Fnatic looking to find something to the flash, though, to escape. City Witty getting on top of him, but Sniper is here. Oh, you can see that the collateral damage does go long. Not going to find anything. Sniper, though, he's trying to find City Witty. Might have bit off more than he could chew, though, because Ayakura is here as well. Never mind, though.
Wait, he just doesn't die.
He doesn't die, dude. Sniper is immortal. This man is like, no, you will not kill me. It doesn't happen, bro. This is the day that... Oh, no. Oh, okay, yo, you go for the 1-for-1. Love to see it.
Respect. And a lot of health bars end up going low, but I mean, realistically, you end up being happy with that one on the top side. But what we didn't see happen off screen was that Taco Gaming, their bot lane, managed to get a pretty good 2v2 going on here. But we got the flank TP now saying, oh, you're feeling nice, eh, Gorka?
You like that turn? You like the money here? Let me show you the gray screen. No, come on. Hits him with the thumbs up, too. You can't do him like that. Puts him in the dirt, and Gorka knew as well. Yep, my time is up. Let me try and just damage this wave before I see myself out.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what it was. Nice use of the teleport for 100 Next to be able to get something back. And it means now you still have the Herald ready. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, Eclipse, though. The Emperor's Divide and push him up into the air, and Eclipse. Yeah, it doesn't have enough oranges in the world to get out of that one.
Nope. Can't do anything about that one. Gives you priority over the Herald for 100 Next. Means they're going to be able to secure that one easily, drop that one mid, and set it up. Should be just in time for this dragon coming through, which is going to be the second for either team.
Yeah. We're all. Lens and Sword have pivoted into this mid lane. Going to push this, but City Witty and Robex, if they have anything to say about it, they're going to be holding that mid lane turret here. Fnatic on his way over though as well. Just picked up that Rift Herald. Maybe we see it get dropped in the mid lane though. Gonna have to wait a minute as there is no wave there currently. And so overall, oh no, he's just dropping it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's less about the charge too. It's just getting that focus on the mid lane and walking your way down to the dragon. But better yet, 100 are happy fact that the turret does get the charge, and whoa, they want to fight.
Oh, they're looking for it indeed. City Witty over the wall. Can he escape though? Not looking too likely. They are running him down, and oh my god, Len's gonna grab him. They're going for 2 here though. The dredge line onto Rovex. Down goes Rovex. The stun onto Len, so Gorka trying to find something, but oh, whoa! The arcade shift to get over the Emperor, survive the Shurima shuffle. He ain't dancing tonight, and so Gorka gets to live another day, and he earned it.
He did. And all that was going on, Echo Sniper happily 1v1s the dragon. Problem is, though, they're not done.
Nope.
Eclipse is in some trouble.
Indeed, he is. Fnatic is on him, running him down. The TP coming out as well from Ayakura. Fnatic trying to dash away. Actually does get out of the range of the stun. And with Sword there as well, sending up that dredge line. Just a zone dredge line. If it didn't hit, that's what it is. And so we'll call it that. And that does force Ayakura to back off. But never mind. She is hungry. She wants blood and she tastes it. Lens is pretty low. Gorka's there as well. But they don't want to run into that fog of war without any vision there.
Yeah, you want to push a little bit, see what you can get, but Taco Gaming, not enough to be able to get any more trade kills. And now, we're talking about the lead not being so bad. In favor of 100X, but now Taco Gaming are in a lot of trouble, Echo. 9k down, so much gold, objective bounties available, and so much gold spread across the map on 100X. I mean, you got bounties on everybody but Sword at the moment. That just shows how much of a gold lead Thieves next find themselves in. They're looking to close the series here and now and secure themselves a top 4 spot.
Yep, and Taco Gaming, if their time to make something happen slowly but surely running out, but there are definitely still windows for them to climb through. They just need to find it. I feel like this time around they really need that bush play that you talked about. They need to start securing some of these shutdowns. I mean, you see the 500 gold bounty on Fnatic. That sounds pretty juicy to me.
It'll be juicy. You're going to be able to grab it. That's the big question. They do have CC. They do have the potential to make a stack play. But it's going to be hard because in a lot of instances, they're pretty pushed in right now. So they first need to be able to try and fix some of these waves and start to slowly move into, their own jungle. Just because they've kind of lost a bit of pressure over those parts of the map. And then they can worry about trying to get some neutral vision in and around the river.
Yeah. I'm going to call it right now. I'm getting a little worried just looking at the itemization, right? No anti-heal on the side of Taco Gaming, and you've got Sniper with that Rift Drone, but that's going to have to wait because you might not even be able to heal all of this. Fnatic is in a terrible spot. Gets collapsed on Lens. Trying his best, though, to do damage. Zone him off. Collateral damage comes out. The rocket is going to hit City Witty, though, so won't find the kill on Eclipse. If he can just get that reset. That
Sniper's in the back.
Not going to get a Sniper's in the back. Indeed, Fnatic going to go down. Same with Lens. 2 people falling here from the side of 100 Thieves. Anymore though. Sniper is here with Dark Wings now. A lot of low HP.
Oh, they want it!
They want it, and they are maybe they will get it. They are gonna get Rovix though. Will go down. City Witty is on Dark Wings, and Dark Wings has been left for the Wolves. But ooh, the dash to open the wall with the soldiers, and now Sniper trying to find something. Actually finds himself the double, the triple. Dark Wings is too good. Can he get the quad? Eclipse is hot on his tail. Not quite gonna get it though. Eclipse will shut him down.
Well, how about that? For what was basically a 3 versus 5 Echo. I was ready to talk about how big play from Taco Gaming. This is what they needed to get. But no, it still doesn't work. Dark Wings, Sniper, they make the executive decision. The solo laners of 100X manage to come in clutch with the help of their support. Use all that gold that they have earned. And even though they gave away shutdowns, they removed what would have been a pretty unfortunate turn of events for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Still come out with some kills at the end of the day. A very flip-flop sort of fight. I felt like it was going one way, then it went the other, then it went the other, then it went the other, and at the end of the day, 100 Thieves still slightly coming out on top, I feel like. And so overall, pretty much just resets coming out all around. Now, Baron is up, though. I'm curious to see if we see some pivoting around that now.
You're so strong if you're 100X. You can start the Baron if you really want to. You just gotta set up some vision, of course, but you do have the information that Eclipse is on the other side of the map. He has word. You're honestly in a pretty good position to just go ahead and do it if you really wanted to. Especially because of how much pressure Taco Gaming needs to put around this dragon. Ocean Soul, very powerful tool, not something you easily want to let 100X stack towards. That's why you see them making their presence known, but realistically, they could easily just walk up and go start Baron.
Yep, if they want to, then that is the play that they can make. However, sending sniper down here, looking to push this bot lane sword in this round. You do see TB coming out though, however, from Dark Wings. Maybe they look to find something. The Zenith Blade does connect onto Lens, and
Oh, that's a
so
lot of
much
damage.
Lens gets blown up. Dark Wings might just be soon to fall if he's not careful. We see the depth charge coming out. Sword with that with the hook to get himself out of harm's way under the turret. Actually, a lot of damage still coming out onto Gorka, but nothing to find a killer just yet. And with this dragon up in 6 seconds, that should be possibly free drag here for Taco Gaming if they can find Sniper. Not quite gonna get it though. Gonna hop over that wall, and yet you see that already. The side of 100 Thieves neck. They're like, you know what? We'll get that over. We'll look to find others on this map.
Yeah, that's a big catch out. No flash or cleanse on Lens means as soon as you're able to chain CC him, he doesn't get to participate in this fight. And he's so strong right now. Losing your AD carry just like that, your main source of DPS, is a big problem, but they want a little more back.
They do indeed, and they're gonna find it. Grabbing themselves that first kill there onto Ayakura. They're looking to find Gorica as well. Down he goes, and they're looking for the 3-man City Witty, jumping, running, dashing for his life, and he's just barely gonna get out of that one alive, and that should be the ticket to Baron.
And again, every time it seems like Taco Gaming, they end up finding a little something for themselves, man. 100 Thieves, they just keep taking it back. Taco, they're overstaying a little bit at times. They want those objective bounties because that's part of their way back in, but Fnatic finds the big angle to be able to shut it all down, and that means Eclipse can't even join anyway because of teleport. He's just going to trade what he can on the other side of the map. And that's a Baron buff secured. For 100 next, they are still firmly in control.
Yeah, and that's a sniper coming down as well into the lane. Eclipse realizing though that something was definitely coming. Death was on its way. Is going to back off and doesn't want to face sniper just yet. Lens in this mid lane going to look to hold this mid tier 1. And so overall with that Baron buff, 100 Thieves was already strong and now they're even stronger.
Yeah, this is really brutal. Now you can just... It makes it harder too with all these Baron buffs available, where you can honestly, at the very least, affect multiple lanes. And Taco Gaming, who are in a position where you're not strong enough in the 5v5, especially with Lens's summoner spells coming back up, making him harder to actually get on top of. Taco, you have to try to stack. Again, just commit a large amount of numbers to one side of the map, see if you can get a pick off of it, and try and see what you can do with that one. The problem with that is when everyone has Baron, you run the risk of losing so much more when you try to make a play like that.
Yep, they have to be careful here as the bot tier 2 is going to go down. 100 Thieves looking to push a little bit further here. Sword not quite going to find the dredge line on City Witty. Just going to go ahead and back off, but look, these minion waves pushing in ever so slightly. Gonna try and get some damage on this mid tier 3. Not gonna find much of it though. City Witty. I did step up a bit too far, gets hit with the dredge line, but Dark Wings in the game does need to be careful here. We see the Cannon Barrage coming out. It's gonna zone them off and buy Taco Gaming a little bit more time to defend these turrets.
In time, something Taco desperately need. Top of kills. To be able to stay alive in this game, try and actually close out the series instead of getting the door closed onto them. City.
Ooh, City Witty though with the flash, but meanwhile the solar flare in this mid lane. However, a lot of damage coming out. This might just be it for
Still
Taco
fine.
Gaming. 2 members go down.
Oh,
the
they're
reset
looking for
is
the
begun.
end.
Lens looking for the end indeed. Looking for Gorica as well. Can he find it? Oh, the rocket takes him out. And you know what else is being taken out? This mid tier 3. No minion wave really there for him. Unfortunately, City Witty doing his best to just keep it away, running for his life. The TP coming out as well, but he's not long for this world. Actually, he's running fast though. He's jumping away. He actually gets to survive, but it doesn't matter. Your base is cracked wide open. We see Lens looking to go for these towers here. The TP coming in as well, and they really are looking to end things here. Thanos has been slain. The first turret goes down. The second one goes down too. And Taco Gaming's dreams have been crushed as 100 Thieves move on.
And what a convincing game 3 after it looked like Taco Gaming were really starting to show us something in the second game. But 100 next, they show us why they are the favorites. Proactive on the map, start to finish, and got such a lead so strongly that there was really a way Taco Gaming could walk this one back. Like City Witty wasn't able to get it going on the Kazakhs like he did in the previous game. And realistically, they weren't able to punish Lens as much as they needed to for all the attention we saw Fnatic place on the top side of the map.
Yeah, overall, a lot of aggression coming out from 100 Thieves. And like you said, it was a bit of a dominant performance, showing once again why they are that top seed and why they have been performing so well. But Taco Gaming definitely putting up a good fight, especially going 2-1, right? They did absolutely would not go out silently. Sucks to see that they couldn't translate it into a win here in game 3, but regardless, an amazing game coming out from both of these teams. And I'm looking forward to seeing more from 100 Thieves next. But we'll go to a quick break. And then when we're back, we will have some interviews going on. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, homies. We back with the kid Sniper. Yo, what's good with you, G? How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing A-okay. First and foremost, real stuff, though. You tell me why you not made your bet in the background right now, but what's going on with that, man?
Nah, you caught me there actually. This is my bet though.
Oh, okay,
I have two
okay.
bets. You know, I have two bets.
Okay, all right, okay. So
Yeah,
yes,
I got
okay,
two
so-
bets. I got two bets.
Okay, all right, so explain that to me. So I'm guessing one of those is for like normal days and one of those is game days, yeah?
No, I mean the second one, my brother actually used to sleep in there. Like we share the same room. That's why, right?
Okay, good.
Yeah, so that one's just like for anyone, honestly.
All right.
Like, I don't-
you know-
it's just there, you know. I forgot to fix it up though. My bad.
I was about to say, because tell me why your sheets are messier than your lane states, brother. What's going on?
Bro, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Like, I played really bad today, but like, hey, you don't gotta go that far.
No, I'm playing. No, of course. No.
I'm playing too.
Yeah, of course. But but realistically though, I think, you know what, you played well enough just the fact that you not on orange duty today, I think that's a dub on its own though. So let me go. So why don't you go ahead and break down for me as well? Going down from game 2 to 3 especially, I found there was a big shift for y'all. So what was it like for you and for the team to be able to just get past a small little hiccup you had?
I mean, honestly, in game 2, I picked Vlad into GP, right? I don't think I probably shouldn't have picked Vladimir, but I actually thought it was like it wasn't the best Vladimir game, but it was definitely an Ornn game though. Like I probably should have opted into Ornn. But you'll definitely be seeing me play like tanks, Gragas, just like stuff like this in the future. Maybe next week, like who knows. Yeah, I definitely like for this split at least. I just want to like try and play everything I can, whether it's like tanks, it's carries, it's AP champions, because I've already shown that like whenever I'm strong side or whatever, like I'm gonna dominate the game, you know, like I'm not gonna underperform and not carry my teammates.
Of course.
But I definitely want to start playing more tanks. And I honestly think my tanks are really good too. Like, so yeah, you'll definitely be seeing me play more stuff in the future. And in game 3 at least, I mean, Gwen was just open the entire series, right? I didn't want to pick it because this guy, he plays like Jax, Fiora into it, right? And we didn't really have like enough room to ban for those two champions. So as soon as he picked GP on 2, I was just like, oh, okay, like just get me Gwen. Honestly, I could have also played Riven, but like I'm not sure why teams aren't banning Riven against me yet. Like
It's just
they start banning it.
it's low-key grief that they actually are not like
Yeah,
you
I mean
said.
that's what I'm saying.
But it's
Too free.
okay, bro. But here's the thing, look, you're out here showing that you flexible, right? So you gotta make sure that you go ahead and get the Niles treatment, which literally first draft, bro. Like I mean, first phase, 3 bans, all you. So we're gonna make sure that you go ahead and get to that point. But as of right now, though, like you already mentioned, how we've seen you have hands. We've seen when you're play 2, you can play up and show up as well, right? But what's one thing you'd say right now that people aren't necessarily recognizing a lot of the efforts and strides you've made as a player, maybe behind the scenes as well?
For me as a player, honestly, I'm honestly just like known to dominate solo queue. And I want to translate that into like competitive, right? Into pro play. And I obviously like I have a streaming career. And I just want to like since my summer break is in like 8 or 9 days or something like that, I want to get back to streaming. I want to get back to dominating solo queue because I still haven't hit rank 1 this season yet. And I'm not playing champions queue, right? Because I have like really high ping. So there's no reason for me not to grind out solo queue. So in the future, I'll definitely be streaming more. I'll definitely be a weak side king. So yeah, stay in touch with that.
All right, I respect that. I'm off whatever weak side homies, so you know me, man. Okay, so speaking of weak side though, let me go and hear your answer to the pity. This is the question more so for me. Right. When do we see you bust out just a Lilia top? You know, durability patch does go kind of hard. I'm just saying.
I mean, like Lilia top. if the I want to go easy on my opponents, you know. It's only
Yeah.
I don't want to go that far yet, you know what I'm saying? So like I'm just keeping it on the low right now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You want to make sure that people still want to play against you, bro. Of course, yeah.
Of course, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
All right, respects on that. Of course. Any final words to everybody watching you, homie?
I mean, thank you to my fans and just like everyone who
Mhm.
watches our games, who watches our 100 Thieves next games.
Mhm.
Well, we definitely have so much more to show, even though we didn't really show that we're like dominant today, I guess.
Mhm.
We're definitely still working on that. We're definitely still working on our communications because we've only
Mhm.
been with this. We've only actually Darkwings and shout out to Darkwings and Lens and all my teammates.
Yeah.
I'm actually like I say this all the time, but like they actually like really surprised me. I didn't know they were like at first I wasn't like too sure that they were gonna like pop off or anything like that. But like now that I've like I'm playing with them and I'm like communicating with them, we'll definitely like they'll definitely go places for sure, 100%. Shout
All
out
right.
to my team and my family.
All right. Respect your team, your family, and hopefully y'all all go places. But the place that I gotta go right now is back to the desk, though. So I appreciate you talking to me, homie. You take care. We'll see you soon. All right.
All right, thank you for having me. Take care.
Hey, look at that. Yeah, you see, like, yo, G Snipes, he's a nice kid, man. He's doing good. As long as he makes his bed, I'm sure things will be a-okay. Ain't that right, veteran?
Things will be fantastic. Things are looking up all around for General Sniper, for my prediction rate, for everyone.
Yeah, you're right.
Everything's go.
You know what, veteran? I'm proud of you. You did it. And the fact that you've come so far is truly wonderful. But there's
proud
one
of me
more
too.
reason why there's reason to celebrate. And the reason is right over here. Because it is a special day. I don't know y'all know. Happy birthday to veteran, baby. He got one right. He did it. That big 3-0 is going to hit. And just like that, you get the one more as well. Then how do you feel finally getting a prediction right a decade later?
I mean, I couldn't ask for something better on my birthday, to be honest. I've finally figured out this region. You know, I've downloaded all of the North American information possible. You know, I've done it. I've made it. I've hit the apex. You know.
Respect. Now, as someone who's also hit the Apex, Laureate, let's talk a bit more about that game because I think from beginning to end, I think 100 Thieves decided they wanted to win the early game, and when they did.
I feel like 100 Thieves took over the game, kind of stagnated for about 10-15 minutes, where they had a huge lead but couldn't go anywhere with it, and then their draft took over. Their champs scaled so hard that they had the lead. They just took over the game again, and it genuinely felt just kind of like it was in their hands the whole time.
Yeah, respect. Because veteran, I believe you did mention how did this game truly just come down to draft drift?
Well, I wouldn't say it just came down to draft diff, but bearing in mind how close the last two games were both times, they did lose draft pretty hard both those games. They had very few options to play with. This game, on the other hand, they had options through the roof. Like, it was very difficult for them not to take advantages at every stage. With this, I wouldn't say it's just a draft thing. I would say that the draft really showed how far ahead 100 Thieves are as a team over Taco Gaming and allowed them to finally express that in Game 3, rather than that the draft won them the game.
Yeah, because considering how the game actually did go on throughout the entire time, I found that, you know, from the beginning all the way till the end, aside from the couple bits of stagnation, the bot 2v2 is something that I find went particularly well this time for 100 Thieves, where, you know, they decided that we have Jinx, and suddenly, why don't we just give her 3 kills and then, you know, roll the game from there. And Fnatic as well, Solari, I found was a lot more active this time too.
Absolutely. It really felt like he got that early lead and literally just said, yeah, this game's mine. No, you can't have anything. I'm going to take this game. And just pushed his lead for 20 minutes. It was great.
But
I mean, there weren't really damage options available for Taco Gaming to match them. There weren't even ranged options available for them to match them. They didn't really have options early with which to match them. Azir can definitely hold midsection early on and prevent Karma from just roaming everywhere. Ezreal's really reliant on you having winning lanes also, which they just didn't have. Everything scaled better, everything did better early, everything skirmished better in mid-game. Like, Could they really realistically lose this?
No, but you know, veteran. If you remember, this is League of Legends, right?
True,
It is
true.
unpredictable. Anything can happen. Anytime we see it, like, there's no way they lose these, right? And somehow, some ways, people get a quadra kill, and then now we're here. I'm sure we have. In fact, that Daddy Pentakill that happened not too long ago, they're like, oh, Team Liquid has this game, and then somehow, some way, they all died. So everything is always more often than not up in the air. But hey, that's personally just my opinion. So why don't we bring it back down to earth a little bit and talk about their opponents? In Taco, they're actually quite solid. The game 1 was a little bit rougher, but they made it quite competitive. And game 2 on its own was a true testament to how the team has prepped and also grown as a whole. But I found Solari, they were just a little bit too far out going to game 3. They just couldn't handle all the heat that was coming out of the kitchen.
Absolutely. It honestly felt like they got a little bit just left behind in the last game. They held on for once they're champions, they started playing together. They scaled up a bit. And they could hold off even like a 9k gold lead. It was honestly a huge lead. They shouldn't have been able to hold it off. And they did for a bit. And then they just got left behind again. And it honestly felt like they were playing the game 1 or 2 steps behind the entire time. And I think it was just all from the early game where they lost the lead. They felt like they had to react to everything instead of just try and make plays happen. And yeah.
Something pretty significant did happen though. Like, I'm not used to seeing teams shift identity entirely, and I thought we were going to see that syndrome again, where they came in with like a really nice plan in draft, but they are stuck in their team identity, so they couldn't execute it in the first 2 games, right? With their disengage and etc. etc. But you actually saw Siddiwiddy in game 2 break the identity that he's had until now and interact very heavily with his laners, try to play a complete map state, and even though they got completely rolled over in game 3, he was still trying to do that in the early game of game 3. That's actually very significant development. He played outside of his comfort zone, he actually netted them a game, and he should take that confidence and they should switch up their jungle system in this way to make it a much more complete team overall.
And that's the biggest thing about this Taco Gaming squad. We've seen not only throughout all the qualifiers and as he moved into playoffs as well, although we may not actually see them again for quite some time, the evolution in itself that we spoke about right at the beginning has truly been exponential. Players willing and hoping to adapt to their opponents not only before, but the fact that it's mid-series with everything on the line and momentum at their back. He could have kept the comfort. He could have been like, you know what? I know what I'm doing well, and I'll continue on this road. But he decided that he wanted to catch them off guard. But although it didn't necessarily work out in the end of it, I'm happy with the results we showed. But the Thieves continue the reign of dominance and continue to show why they're a top caliber team in every single one of their lanes. But speaking of top caliber teams, we have EGP versus TBA coming up next. Again, you will not want to miss after the break.